sound great. That is as1one, the world's first male pop group with both Israeli and Palestinian artists. Just think of that. The band was brought together after a talent search in Israel, but their message of unity was tested before they released their first song. That test, of course, Hamas's attack on Israel last year. CBS News contributor Lisa Ling spent some time with the men ahead of their debut album release and a docuseries out this week.
They have got the look and the sound. And now they're setting out to become the next global pop sensation.
It's scary when you love somebody.
But there's something that sets the boy band as1one apart from the others.
I've always been a sucker for a boy band. But there really seems like there is such a different dimension to you all. And there's an urgency to what you're doing. Do you feel that way as well?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. The weight on our backs is so much heavier than we thought it would be.
The original mission was kind of just be 6 guys fulfilling the dream, but it really became about a lot more than that.
That's because war has been raging in the Middle East, the place they all call home.
Pain brings us a lot of strength.
It's really hurt right now.
The band is made up of Israelis and Palestinians, formed before the attack on Israel by Hamas. Ohad, Neta, Niv, and Nadav are Israeli, Asil and Sadiq are Palestinian.
It can either bring us together or break us apart.
Their story is told in a 4-part documentary series on Paramount+.
How did you all feel about the fact that you are auditioning for a band that might become a combination of Jews and Palestinians?
I said, yeah, this is like a chance to change and to do something very big.
I thought it's great. I was like, why not? Felt like I wish my kids would not grow the way that I was growing in Israel, you know, with just this feeling of I have an enemy right next door.
When I heard that it was Israeli and Palestinian, I was scared that it was going to be about the politics, that it was going to be about the shock value of it.
But the band couldn't avoid the politics. They arrived in Los Angeles to work on their debut album on October 6th, 2023. The next morning, they woke up to news of tragedy back home.
Here to report on what's been unfolding in Israel.
Did that change your relationship with one another?
We can't deny we had a lot of arguments. We had a lot of great conversations as well. But this all make us so much stronger. And it feels right now that nothing can break us.
In fact, cameras were rolling as Niv learned his friend had been killed in the attack. He found comfort in the arms of his Palestinian bandmate, Asil.
I've never experienced something like that in my life. I was just starting like crying crazy, and Asil just hugged me so hard. I was like, wow, this feels so good. This is feel right. And then I was looking back, I was like, wait, but he's Palestinian. So, but it doesn't make sense, right? He's Palestinian. He had someone who lost his Israeli friend. And there was a moment I realized how big this is and how amazing and beautiful it can be.
As the war took root, the reality of a different kind of loss set in for the 2 Palestinian bandmates.
Me and Sadiq, we see what's happening in Palestine and even to our families. It's just, we're like, okay, wow, what's happening? But then it hits us that we're also losing our culture, losing the people that we resonate with, and they're all humans, just like we are.
That realization spilled over when the band was asked to consider performing at an Israeli charity event, which they never did.
Palestinian people will see us as forgetting about them, going into the Israeli side.
I can say the same thing about us.
Yeah, so this is why I don't expect any of you to support anything Palestinians. So this is why I'm asking you to not expect me to support anything Israeli.
The band members took those emotions and channeled them into their music.
After everything happened, you know, we couldn't just get in the studio and do like a dance song because we weren't there. We couldn't like sing like a happy song.
Just 2 days after the attack, they recorded something ultimately healing.
Both sides, the way we place the blame is almost like we're shameless.
Their song, Stop the World.
Stop the world, fix the hurt.
It turned out to be such an amazing and emotional song, and it came very naturally and beautiful.
The guys have been living together in Los Angeles ever since and invited me over for a home-cooked meal, a weekly tradition. Nadav and Sadiq do most of the cooking.
What do you guys think of his
Amazing.
cooking?
This food is amazing.
Really?
It feels like home for us when he's cooking.
Over a shared meal
Oh my God!
of traditional Palestinian and Israeli dishes,
Beef meatballs. This is lamb, and this is
Rice. Yeah, great place for rice.
homemade hummus.
they blend their cultures together.
We have to accept each other at the end of the day. There's no other way if we want to survive in this life, you know?
Well, it's beautiful that you all can do that, because these days it seems like everyone is pushing each other to pick sides.
We're the third side.
Yeah.
We are.
And what is that third
It's
side
the
called?
side that just want to be together, united, and have a better future.
Setting an example of how we can all live as one. For CBS Mornings, Lisa Ling, Los Angeles.
Boy, I like that, the third side.
Third
I
side.
like that. You know, you always hear about music being healing. Sometimes it sounds so cliche, but that certainly is an example of that.
They see the humanity in each other. It's not about one side or another. They are brothers. They are united in this mission to bring art to the world, and that's what they're focusing on.
That one line was "Stop the world, fix the hurt." And when Lisa said the weight on their back became so much heavier. Imagine arriving in this country October 6th.
Unbelievable.
And then October 7th happens.
And something new needs to happen. This is the first
right.
boy band like this. You know, maybe art can help everyone find a way out.
And they sound good.
They sound great, and they look good.
And they can cook.
And they look good.
And they can cook. Those are my kind of men.